Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona, and we have a special surprise for you tonight. Welcome to the brand new Porch Light Letters podcast. Yes, we are changing from Before the Dirt Nap to Porch Light Letters podcast. We may change it again come August 1st, but for now, we're doing a lot of stuff on the Porch Light, so we figured we would switch it over. Today is day 2133. Trusting what you can't see yet. What you can't yet see. So, what's the Porch Light Letters all about? It's where presence becomes legacy, and everyday reflection lights the way. Porch Light Letters is a gentle, soul-grounding podcast that invites you to pause, reflect, and remember who you are becoming. One story, one surrender, one quiet truth at a time. Each episode offers a reflective theme grounded in real-life emotion, thoughtful prompts to stir your self-discovery, legacy-centered insights with intentional living, a warm, cozy seat on the porch with me, Helen Brahms, your host and fellow traveler through life. Whether you are walking through a season of transition, searching for clarity, or simply seeking quiet encouragement, there's a light on here for you. We drop new episodes every day at around 6 p.m. Pacific, most days. And if you want to grab a copy of our Porch Light Reflections journal, then just scan the QR code up here in the top right corner. You will also notice too that we have a new logo up here, and there's the new logo. There's where you get the journal from. So welcome to Porch Light Letters podcast. I hope you enjoy it. We have set up on our YouTube channel a playlist called Porch Light Letters podcast, so you will know where to find the replays afterwards. We are retiring before the dirt nap, and I know I'm in the habit of saying it so much, so I have to pause and remember it's Porch Light Letters podcast. So welcome to the first edition of Porch Light Letters podcast. Although, even though the other ones are done under Before the Dirt Nap, I may also slip the ones we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 weeks, have them both in Before the Dirt Nap and in Porch Light Letters podcast playlists on YouTube, just for some continuity with it and all of that as well. But this is the first day that we are actually having the new logo up here, so I'm super excited about that. Anyway, so now we are on to today's episode, which is trusting what you can't yet see. It is part 2 of our surrender series that we started yesterday. All right, we ready? I need a drink of water. Hang on. Surrender isn't passive. It's an act of quiet bravery, trusting something is unfolding, even when all you can see is the in-between. Tonight, we explore what it means to keep walking without a map, to believe in what hasn't arrived, and to find peace in not knowing. And you're probably going, but wait a minute. I have a map. I have my goals. I have my path set out. Yes, you do. Yes, we all have our path set out. But the universe sometimes says, you may have this path set out, but I actually want you to go this path. You'll end up at the same place. We're just taking a different route. So what this going to get something. So what this teaches us, the surrender teaches us, it's trust isn't about having proof. It's about having presence. The unknown isn't empty. It's fertile. Jeepers, I can't talk today. Super excited here. Control gives the illusion of safety, but surrender creates space for something better. There's strength in walking forward with soft eyes and open hands. What happens when we demand certainty? We grip timelines that aren't aligned. How many times have you done that? Think about all the goals and things you've been chasing and how often you've said, like, we're sticking to this timeline. We're sticking to this. I'm doing it right now. Zeffie's on a no travel right now because of her allergic reactions and everything. And but I'm still moving forward with all the moving stuff and everything to get it all ready to go with the date with the movers coming in the middle of July. I am sticking to that date right now. So I am gripping that timeline, and it's probably not aligned with what's going to happen, But for now, that's where my safety net is. I am determined we're going to be packing at that time. But, the universe has its plan, and that's basically, I'm gripping on with the timeline. Because I really want to go back to New Zealand, and I really want to take my dog with me. But, things happen, things change. She may not end up coming with me. Who knows? We don't know. We miss subtle invitations because we're chasing clear signs. Yes, you can chase the clear signs. Yes, they will point you in the right direction and everything else. But sometimes there's that little subtle sign that comes in that you completely miss. And it could be the one that leads you onto this path, and you keep going on this path. So watch for those. We burn ourselves out trying to make it happen instead of allowing it to unfold. Yeah, I can see myself in this whole move thing with all 4 of these points, because the 4th point in this one is we lose magic of co-creation when we try to force the outcome. Not yet trying to force the outcome. I'm just aiming for that outcome. So that's it's my target. It's where I'm going. It's what I'm doing. I've got to have a goal in mind to keep moving forward, to keep with the sorting and everything else. I mean, ChatGPT created a wonderful, we brainstormed, and I told it was a professional organizer who specialized in international moves. Here is photographs of the rooms that need to be organized and sorted. And it came back and said, and I said I needed it. I have the movers coming in on this date in July, which is like the 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere around right in the middle of July. And I said, this is when the movers are going to come in. It created a weekly plan for me to go through all of those boxes and get everything sorted out, get stuff sold, get donations done and everything else. And it would all be completed by July 1st. So that's what I'm aiming for right now. I know things are going to come along that's going to change and upset it probably, because that's life. That's what happens. But I'm keeping in mind, this is what we're going for. How to trust what you can't yet see. Notice when you're clenching and ask, what if I soften here? Like, I am hanging on to that timeline like it's a death. I've got a death grip on that timeline for July, and maybe if I stop clenching and ask, what if I soften here? Maybe things will start falling into place a little quicker. Maybe it'll take a little longer. Who knows? Use rituals or journaling to stay grounded during the unknown. One of my favorite things to do is, if it's not too hot outside, is to go out and sit on the half wall of the planter and actually take my slippers off. And it's a gravel backyard, but right where I normally sit, I've kind of moved the gravel aside so I can actually put my feet on the dirt. And I will sit there with my feet on the dirt, and I can actually feel the vibrations coming up through the earth and the tingling coming up through the legs and up through the whole body. It's absolutely amazing when you just sit there in the presence, in the blazing sun some days. And sometimes I do take a cushion out there because that concrete wall gets very hot to sit on. But I'm grounding myself in that moment. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes. It helps with the dopamine levels in your body as well. There's a lot of good benefits of just getting 5 to 10 minutes of sunshine a day. And I would just sit there on the half wall in my spot with my feet in the dirt only area, not in the gravel. And sometimes I'll turn around and put my feet in the actual planter behind me, because that's all dirt, no gravel. And then I'll just sit there for 5 to 10 minutes, just being present, meditating a little bit, or just trying to empty my mind and slow everything down, concentrating on my breathing, because that stops me thinking about what's going on in my head. But it helps me to stay grounded. And like I said, you get the tingling feeling. After a couple of minutes, the tingles start coming up. You feel the vibrations from the ground coming up and creating the tingles through the whole body. It's absolutely amazing. Remind yourself of past seasons that started with uncertainty but ended in clarity. Surround yourself with quiet reminders. This is part of becoming. Replace I don't know how with I'm willing to believe it's possible. Ooh, that's a good one, isn't it? I used to say I don't know how instead of saying how can, and then changed it to how can I do this? But I came across this phrase, I'm willing to believe it's possible, instead of I don't know how. I thought, I kind of like that one. I like that one a little better. And your legacy connection is when we trust what we can't yet see, we teach those around us and those who come after us that life is not a test to control, but an unfolding to honor. Surrender becomes part of our story and our strength. And your reflection questions for today, you will find them in the description of the video below. You will, and then you can write them onto the free pages inside our Porch Light. That just looked like it said something completely different. Porch Light Reflection Journal, which you can get by scanning the QR code up here in the top left-hand corner. Our reflection questions are, where am I trying to force clarity instead of trusting the process? I have a friend who says, what is it? He says, marry the process and divorce the results, which is kind of a way of saying, where am I trying to force clarity instead of trusting the process? What could shift if I surrendered control, even just a little? What would it feel like to believe something good is on its way? I know that something good is on its way. I know that for a fact. I can feel it within me that something good is on its way. Do I need to release control on that a little bit? Yup. Do I need to trust the process a little more? Absolutely. But what would it feel like to believe something good is on its way? It is an incredible feeling. It may not happen on my timetable. That's okay, although I would prefer that it did, but I know it doesn't always work that way. So I am willing to release some of that control and allow and trust in the process. And our closing thought for this evening, you don't have to see the whole path to take the step. Trust is built in motion. And if you've ever seen the movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusader, there's that scene where he is going through the different obstacles to find the Holy Grail. And he comes out of this cave and almost falls over this cliff face. And it is like this deep cavern down below him, and he's just on this narrow little shelf there. And it was talking about taking a leap of faith. And he doesn't have a lot of place to stand there. And so he's just like looking across. He can't see it. He knows he's got to get to that entrance on the other side where the light is coming from. He doesn't know how he is going to get there. He has to trust the process. He has to trust in what he cannot see. So he stands there, he puts his leg up and out straight and plonks it down and kind of gets his balance, because even though he couldn't see it, he is actually standing on the path. You don't have to see the whole path to take the next step. He couldn't even see the path to take the next step. But when he put his foot out there on a leap of faith, that path was there. And then all of a sudden you can see the path ahead of him, and you can see how well it blended into the wall of the cavern on the other side. So whenever I think about taking a leap of faith, that scene from that movie goes through my head every single time. The path is there. I can't see it. I just have to take a step of faith that path is there. Will I fall sometimes? Yep. But you got to get back up and try again. Maybe I was off over this way a little bit instead of over here. The path is here and I was off over here, so I kind of missed it a little bit, but I just get back up and get back on the path again. So with that, remember, you don't have to see the whole path to take the next step. Trust is built in motion. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here